How's it going, everybody? The PlayStation Summer Sale is running from now until July 29th, and there's a ton of absolute bangers on sale for up to 90% off. Every day I put together lists of the top games you can get at a deep discount, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss tomorrow's video. Alright, with that out of the way, that's enough yapping from me, so let's get straight into it. For $5, 75% off, Justice Sucks Tactical Vacuum Action follows Dusty, a vacuum cleaner trapped in the TV dimension after clashing with Family Corp, fighting to hack, hide, and suck his way to freedom to save his family. Suck up objects to destroy enemies, munch on bodies and blood to fuel devastating powers, hide under furniture for stealthy attacks, hack smart devices into deadly traps, and team up with animal allies to take down waves of Family Corp agents. It's an 80 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 15 hours to platinum. For $5, 75% off, Shadowrun Dragonfall Director's Cut is a standalone cyberpunk RPG blending magic, technology, and tactical combat in dystopian Berlin, leading Shadowrunners through a branching campaign of moral choices. Customize characters with classless skill progression, wield over 200 weapons and spells, and navigate a world of elves, trolls, and humans under ruthless corporations, tied to the rumored return of the great dragon Feuerschwinge. It's an 83 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 7 out of 10, and about 40 hours to platinum. For $5, 75% off, The Walking Dead: The Final Season is an emotional narrative adventure where Clementine may finally find a home, but protecting it comes with difficult sacrifices and heart-wrenching decisions. Guide her through tense encounters with both the living and the dead, making choices that define her relationships, shape the world around her, and ultimately determine how her story concludes in this unforgettable final chapter. It's a 78 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 10 hours to platinum. For $4, 60% off, 2064 Read-Only Memories is a narrative-driven cyberpunk adventure where you play a journalist navigating Neo San Francisco alongside the world's first sapient machine, Turing. Investigate the city's hidden secrets, interact with a colorful cast of locals to shape branching story outcomes, solve environmental puzzles, and uncover dangerous conspiracies tied to powerful tech corporations and underground hacker groups. It's a 77 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 2 out of 10, and about 10 hours to platinum. For $5, 80% off, Harmony: The Fall of Reverie is a branching narrative adventure where Polly returns home to find her city under the grip of megacorporation MK and discovers she can see the future through a mystical realm called Reverie. Use clairvoyant foresight on the augural board to shape pivotal choices, bond with aspirations like glory, chaos, and truth to unlock new story paths, and decide which deity will guide humanity's future. It's a 79 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 15 hours to platinum. For $5, 80% off, For the King is a challenging strategy RPG that blends turn-based combat and roguelike elements as you set out to save the chaotic kingdom of Farul after the king's mysterious and brutal murder. Travel across procedurally generated maps with a party of courageous heroes, tackle unpredictable quests and dangerous events, and coordinate abilities in single-player, local co-op, or online multiplayer to stem the spreading chaos. It's a 75 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 9 out of 10, and about 80 hours to platinum. For $4, 80% off, Bravery and Greed is a beat-em-up roguelite brawler for up to 4 players, choosing from 4 fantasy classes with combo movesets to parry, dodge, and unleash special moves against foes. Customize your build with skill trees focused on chaos, order, darkness, and life, gear up with unique equipment drops, explore biomes and bosses in adventure mode, and battle waves of enemies in horde mode or PvP while grabbing gold to unlock content. It's a 78 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 20 hours to platinum. For $5, 75% off, Valkyria Chronicles Remastered is a tactical action strategy RPG set in an alternate history 1930s Europe, where you lead Velk and Gunther and Squad 7 as they defend Gallia from a powerful Imperial invasion. You'll command troops across watercolor-style battlefields using a blend of turn-based planning and real-time movement, while upgrading weapons, unlocking new squad abilities, and experiencing a heartfelt wartime story. It's an 87 on Game Rankings, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 35 hours to platinum. For $4, 80% off, Masquerada: Songs and Shadows is a fully voiced pause-for-tactics RPG set in Città dell'Ombre, where masks called Mascherines grant their wielders the power to channel elements and cast magic. This has perpetuated inequality between the power-hungry Masquerada guildsmen and the impoverished Contadini, and as exiled sleuth Cicero Gavar returns to solve a diplomat's kidnapping, a deeper conspiracy of doubt and deception lurks in the shadows. It's a 70 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 20 hours to platinum. For $3, 70% off, Black Desert is a sandbox open-world MMORPG from Pearl Abyss featuring action-oriented combat without tab targeting, siege wars, and deep character customization across dozens of classes. Explore vast, living world through node and conquest wars, guild wars, red battlefield, and arena PvP, or dig into a variety of life skill content like trade, fishing, horse training, alchemy, cooking, and gathering to carve out your own path. It's a 71 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 2 out of 10, and about 120 hours to platinum. For $4, 80% off, Huntdown is a hard-boiled 2D arcade shooter where bounty hunters clean up a neon-drenched future city overrun by ruthless gangs. Run and gun through graffiti-soaked 80s-inspired streets using tight 60 FPS gameplay, tackle stages solo or in co-op with suppressive fire tactics, and battle everything from punk thugs to over-the-top crime bosses brought to life with hand-painted 16-bit pixel art and a pounding synth soundtrack. It's an 85 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 9 out of 10, and about 25 hours to platinum. For $3, 70% off, Howl is a turn-based tactical folktale set in a medieval world ravaged by a howling plague that turns any who hear the beasts into feral monsters, where you play as a prophet who can foretell enemy moves and plan up to 6 steps ahead. Battle through over 60 beautifully illustrated levels, unlocking skills like Shadow Step, Smoke Bombs, and Exploding Shot to outsmart wolves from fast predators to enormous pack leaders. It's a 78 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 5 hours to platinum. For $5, 80% off, Hazel Sky is a heartfelt adventure where young engineer Shane is sent to the flying city of Gideon to pass the trials and earn his place, or face banishment. Connected via radio, Shane strikes up an illicit friendship with fellow trainee Aaron that changes how he sees the world, torn between destiny and desire in a society divided between engineers and artists, all while repairing flying machines and climbing and sliding through the trials. It's a 70 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 2 out of 10, and about 5 hours to platinum. For $3, 85% off, Eldest Souls is a brutal, boss-focused Souls-like where you wield a massive obsidian greatsword to challenge imprisoned old gods within a decaying citadel, steeped in bleak atmosphere, haunting lore, and relentless, tension-filled encounters. Combat is fast, punishing, and precision-driven, rewarding bold play with powerful abilities, while each handcrafted boss demands mastery of patterns, positioning, timing, and adaptive strategy. It's a 75 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 8 out of 10, and about 20 hours to platinum. For $4, 85% off, time on Frog Island shipwrecks you on a strange island filled with frogs after a terrible storm, sending you off on a spaghetti network of trades to gather materials and fix your boat. Explore at your own pace, meeting a cast of friendly froggy locals, solving head-scratching puzzles, discovering new items by fishing and farming, concocting brews that change how you traverse the island, and experimenting to complete crucial trades. It's a 71 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 10 hours to platinum. For $5, 75% off, Lil Guardsman is a quirky deduction adventure where you play as a 12-year-old hero covering your dad's guard shift, deciding the fate of over 100 unique characters in a vibrant, magical kingdom. Interrogate humans, elves, goblins, and other fantastical beings using your powers of deduction and trusty tools, sending some to jail, zapping a few to smithereens, or letting others pass, all while your choices shape the kingdom's future. It's an 84 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 6 out of 10, and about 15 hours to platinum. For $5, 75% off, Mount and Blade Warband is an open-world medieval RPG where players forge their own path as a warrior, mercenary, or ruler in the vast land of Calradia. Engage in large-scale battles with realistic horseback combat, master a deep melee fighting system, build and command armies, manage your kingdom, and interact with diverse factions across a sandbox world filled with towns, castles, and dynamic political conflict. It's a 79 on game rankings, trophy difficulty around 6 out of 10, and about 70 hours to platinum. For $5, 75% off, Highwater is a whimsical isometric puzzle combat adventure set in a flooded post-apocalyptic world, following Nikos and friends boating toward an escape to Mars. Take on enemies in tactical turn-based combat, interacting with the environment to knock down trees, push shopping carts, or duck behind cover, while cruising past the war zone and the walls of Alphaville, tuned into Highwater pirate radio for original music and commentary. It's a 71 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 10 hours to platinum. For $1, 90% off, Wraith, the Oblivion Afterlife is a VR horror game where you die in a mysterious seance and become a Wraith, using supernatural abilities to solve the mystery of your death. Explore the opulent Barclay Mansion using relic items and Wraith abilities to hunt for clues while avoiding hostile specters, set within the shared World of Darkness universe alongside Vampire the Masquerade and Werewolf the Apocalypse. It's a 78 on OpenCritic, and I'm not sure about trophy difficulty or time to platinum as it's such a small sample size. For $4, 75% off, Blazing Chrome is a run-and-gun shooter where humanity teeters on extinction under the rule of merciless machines in a bleak, war-torn future overrun by relentless robotic armies worldwide. You'll blast through 5 apocalyptic stages packed with enemies, deadly traps, and massive mechanical bosses, using hoverbikes, power armor, and a wide arsenal of explosive weapons to turn robots into scrap metal in heart-pounding fashion. It's an 80 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 7 out of 10, and about 10 hours to platinum. For $1, 90% off, The Curious Tale of the Stolen Pets is a VR adventure where you help your grandfather solve the mystery of the stolen pets by exploring miniature worlds crafted for VR. Guided by the voice of your grandfather, revisit a joyful past and a troubled relationship with your sister, solving light hand-based puzzles to uncover hidden pets across handcrafted worlds like a glowing volcano, an old summer cottage, and an icy lake. It's an 81 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 1 out of 10, and about 5 hours to 100%, no platinum for this one. For $4, 80% off, Thronebreaker: The Witcher Tales is a rich and beautifully crafted single-player RPG that blends narrative-driven exploration with clever puzzles, engaging storytelling, and deep card-based combat. Set in the dark and war-torn world of The Witcher, you'll follow Meve, the fierce queen of Lyria and Rivia, as she faces a looming Nilfgaardian invasion and must reclaim her throne through grit, sacrifice, and cunning leadership. It's an 85 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 35 hours to platinum. For $4, 70% off, Lumines Remastered is a minimalist puzzle game where the fusion of light and sound drives a 2-color falling block experience in HD and 4K, challenging you to drop blocks strategically before the BPM bar clears combos. You'll play over 40 electronic-themed skins, unlock more as you go, and experiment with shuffle mode to mix music and visuals, while adapting to faster or slower tracks that create tricky, uncleared stacks. It's an 83 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 8 out of 10, and about 75 hours to platinum. For $4, 85% off, Watch Dogs Complete Edition puts you in the role of Aiden Pierce, a brilliant hacker who turns the entire city of Chicago into the ultimate weapon, hacking infrastructure, vehicles, and civilians in a gripping quest for revenge. This complete edition includes the base game and season pass, adding a new game mode, weapons, outfits, extra missions, and a brand new campaign where you play as legendary hacker T-Bone. It's a 79 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 40 hours to platinum. For $4, 70% off, Donut County is a physics-based puzzle game where you control an ever-growing hole, swallowing trash, objects, and the quirky residents of a whimsical town to uncover a humorous, surprisingly heartfelt story. You'll explore unique homes, solve inventive puzzles by moving and enlarging the hole, and catapult items to trigger chain reactions, while interacting with adorable characters and uncovering the consequences of your mischief. It's a 76 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 1 out of 10, and about 5 hours to platinum. Alright, that's it for today's list, everybody. If you've played any of these already, drop your thoughts in the comments. Your insights help others find great games too, it's not just mine. As always, I want to thank all my channel members for their generous support, but to all you out there who watch, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff as well, thank you. You're the reason I'm still having fun making all these videos every day, and I'm genuinely grateful for each and every one of you out there. If you can spare $1 a month, you get early access to all my videos, and it helps me out more than you know. But I know times are tough out there, so all I do ask is, if you enjoyed the video, hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with any new sale stuff that I put out, leave a like, and comment down below if you've got any of these platinums or plan on going for any of them.